I just became a millionaire in Balatro, and just to prove it to you, here's the moment that it happened. That was awesome, but I know what you're probably asking yourself right now.
What did it cost?
Everything.
That's right, this run took over 24 hours to get to $1 million. This is the start of the round where I became a millionaire, and I wanted to show you why this run took so long. To start, I have a burglar or joker, which is copied by 7 blueprints in 1 brainstorm, so that when I enter a blind, I get 31 hands each round. That's a lot of hands to play. It's a good thing I also have a deck of 156 red seal gold cards, which means that I have enough cards to play 31 hands of 5 flushes. And the reason that I want to play so many 5 flushes is because I have the golden ticket, which gives me $4 each time a gold card is played. If I put the golden ticket in the far left, so that it is copied by the blueprints and brainstorms, I can make a lot of money each round. But wait, the last piece of this puzzle is hack. I can use hack to retrigger my cards, which will in turn retrigger golden ticket. Now the big question is, should I use some of my blueprints to copy hack and get more triggers? And if so, how many blueprints if I want to maximize my money? There are so many combinations, how do I know which is right? Well folks, the correct answer to any question like this: graph it out, baby. That's right, I play Balatro with a spreadsheet, like a champ, and so the correct answer to this question is 3. So now that I know the answer is 3, I rearrange my jokers so that hack is copied 3 times, with golden ticket being copied 5 times. And now, I play the first hand of this round, and watch as the money slowly piles in. Each time a card is triggered, it makes $24 from the 5 blueprints copying the golden ticket. A fun part of this run was finding a naturally negative hanging chat in the shop. This gives me an additional 2 triggers each hand, which may not seem like much, but it adds up to roughly $25,000 throughout this run. Now that you see how a hand plays, let's fast forward through it. I now have 30 hands left, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave round 105 playing in the background so you can see just how long one round takes as we jump into this run. Welcome to episode 5 out of 13 of my Optimizing Balatro series. This run took 19 attempts to pull off, and just like all runs in this channel, this is completely vanilla Balatro. However, unlike other runs on this channel, this is my first video playing on a seed that is not my own. The seed was actually shared in the Balatro Discord server and is completely busted. Huge shout out to Michael for sharing this. I cruised through Ante 1 before heading to the shop on Ante 2. I open this Spectral Pack and find a soul card and get a naturally negative per KO. And then I open this tarot pack, find a soul card, and get a naturally negative AAA. This seed is ridiculous. With basically just these 2 jokers, I cruise through the rounds until Ante 5. I head to the shop, and after re-rolling, I find my first blueprint. I buy it and sell an invisible joker I've been holding onto to get my second blueprint. Let's go. Then, with 2 blueprints copying AAA, playing this full house of only kings and queens, I score a casual 4 billion chips on Ante 6, before heading to the shop to find my 3rd blueprint. Let's go! I pick it up, and now it's time to start duplicating planet cards. I then head into round 18 with the Seance Joker. I'm trying to create 3 ectoplasms with Seance, which I'll use throughout the run. It's time to make some straight flushes. I play my first straight flush of this run, and because I have the Showman Joker, I get 2 ectoplasms right away. Let's go. I head to the shop and start re-rolling again, looking for some more good jokers, before finding my 4th blueprint on Ante 7. I pick it up, and as I leave the shop this time, Perkeo copies one of the ectoplasms I have into a negative copy. And I have 3 total ectoplasms, so I decide to use one, and it thankfully hits a blueprint. I keep making planet copies and decide to use another ectoplasm, and again it hits a blueprint. I continue making planning copies every round until I head to the shop on ante 11 and find the Observatory voucher. Observatory will make each of my planet cards give 1.5x mold, so when I play a 3 of a kind, I get this insane hand. A casual E25. Now let's take a step back to another big focus of this run, tarot cards. Since round 5, I've been trying to convert my cards to 5s, but not just any 5s, 5s of spades. Not just any 5s of spades, golden 5 of spades. I try to make as many golden 5 of spades as I can, so when I open this Spectral Pack on round 24, one shows up in my hand, so that I can put a red seal on it. I then re-roll to find the DNA Joker, so I can start copying my golden 5s and make this spicy montage. I head to the shop on round 37 and start to put my focus on making money. I open this booster pack and get a naturally negative golden ticket, before re-rolling to find a hack. And then I re-roll again and find a burglarer. I sadly have to sell a blueprint to take the burglarer, but it's worth it to set up my money-making build. I leave the shop getting my Perkeo triggers, before entering the blind and immediately forgetting to rearrange my burglar for extra blueprint copies. I then almost forget to rearrange for DNA because I was too distracted by hacking golden ticket. But I remember and make 5 extra gold cards. Now it is finally time to set up the golden ticket and hack to start raking in the dough. I play my first 5 flush and watch as the money slowly starts pouring in. And after playing just 5 cards, I gained $300. Now let's fast forward as I continue to play as many gold cards as I can find in my deck to keep making that money. I end up cashing out with $1,200. I leave the shop on round 38, making my Perkeo duplications, before heading to the blind, where this time, I actually remember to duplicate Burglar to get a total of 21 hands. This time, however, I get too distracted with Golden Ticket and Hack that I forget to duplicate DNA. I didn't notice this mistake until I started editing, and in retrospect, I realized just how many things I need to focus on this run. From all the tarot cards needed to make the 5s, making straight flushes with Seance, remembering Perkeo, Burglarer, and DNA every round, and then figuring out the optimal hack plus golden ticket arrangement. All of this before playing any cards. It's a lot to keep straight. But anyways, I cruise through round 39 and end up cashing out with $4,700. And in this next montage, you'll see that I start to make about $3,000 each round with this setup. I continue as usual until round 47, when you might have noticed I've collected a few double tags throughout the run. That's right, going back to round 12, in addition to everything else I've been doing this run, I've been rerolling the shops as much as possible to get as many double tags as I can from the Diacola Joker, so that on round 47, I can skip for this negative tag, to get a total of 12 negative Jokers. I breeze through round 48, anxiously awaiting the next shop, where I get a negative Brainstorm. Let's go! This is so clutch. I also get a Mr. Bones before rerolling for Bootstraps, which funnily gives me 12k mult. I then get a handful of Jokers that aren't that useful this run, but I pick them up anyway so that more copies of them won't show up as I reroll. After rerolling, I get a joker that will actually be useful this run, Troubadour. This gives me extra hand size, which with the extra hand size vouchers, will allow me to play my third ectoplasm, while still having a hand size of 5 or more. This is sneakily a pretty useful joker in this run. I get another throwaway before getting a negative credit card, which should help in case I run out of money. Second to last, I get a mime, which will re-trigger the remaining gold cards at the end of each round to make a bit more money. And lastly, I reroll and get a certificate, which isn't that useful to me this run. I sell all the jokers I won't be using and get back to the grind. On round 50, I head to the shop where I find a naturally negative hanging chad, which is extremely useful this run. I pick it up and continue duplicating cards. I keep making copies all the way to round 54 when I finally get 154 golden 5s. This is all of the cards that I will need, so I say goodbye to DNA and get back to the money making grind. I then go to play my next hand when this happens. My laptop can barely handle Balatro and recording at the same time, and it eventually crashed mid-run. Believe it or not, I did not play and record a 24-hour long Balatro session. Instead, I normally record 30-minute to 1-hour long videos, and after the crash, I lost one of those 1-hour long clips. What you missed in that clip was me getting the paintbrush voucher. This allowed me to use my third ectoplasm, which hit one of my blueprints, and brought my hand size to 5. I then rerolled the shop to find a showman, before rerolling again to find one more blueprint. With the extra blueprint, I'm now making 7 planets per round, and I'm getting 26 total hands from Burglar. The extra blueprint also gives me one more hack trigger per round, which allows me to make about $13,000 per round. I ground my way through round 58 and crossed the $100,000 mark. This was actually so depressing to cross in real life because I realized I was only 10% of the way there and I was already 4.5 hours in. I beat round 58, and as I wait for the cards to go back to my deck, I just want to say, thanks for watching this far. You're awesome. I cash out and head to the shop, where after a short reroll session, I find another blueprint. I pick it up, and now my setup is almost complete. I just need to find the antimatter voucher to get one more blueprint. I am 4.5 hours in now, with only one more joker to finish this build. And I want you to guess, in hours, how long it will take me to get my next blueprint. I continue the grind until round 67, and I sadly still haven't found the blank voucher. However, I do find a voucher tag. I really want to get antimatter as soon as possible, so with 4 double tags that I got from Diet Colas I found along the way, I skip to get 5 voucher tags. I head back to the shop and find nothing but disappointment. I do, however, take the -1 anti-voucher now. I strategically waited until late game to take this voucher to make way more money, as opposed to taking it on anti-3 for instance. I keep up the grind, duplicating my planet cards, nice, when I make it to the shop on round 71. I reroll, and my brain literally turns off when I find this sick joke of a naturally negative joker. I pick it up in case I might need it, before heading into this 3.5 hour montage. It's now round 81 and I still haven't found antimatter. This has been the longest I have ever waited for a voucher. On the bright side though, as I fast forward through this miraculous money-making madness, you see that I crossed the $500,000 mark, officially marking the halfway point of this run. I beat round 81, and now it's a good time to show off that negative mime I got earlier. This mime is the definition of the "it ain't much, but it's honest work" meme, as it makes me $6 extra each round. At the start of ante 28, I get the last +1 hand size voucher, and now I make $9 per round for mime. I crossed the $600,000 mark, making about $18,000 each round. For beating the boss bind on ante 28, I anxiously wait the cash out and find antimatter. Let's go. It's been so long. I happily pick it up and reroll to find a showman, and I find it on my very first roll. I guess I'm finally getting some good luck. I pick it up and start another rerolling montage, desperately looking for another blueprint or brainstorm. As I reroll, I find more hacks, golden tickets, and burglars. While they would be nice, they would not benefit the build as much as a blueprint or brainstorm, so I just pass them by. While I'm rerolling, it's time for me to address the elephant in the room. It's been over 3 months since I last posted. And while I could make excuses like having a full-time job, having to record and edit a 24-hour-long video, major life changes, or getting addicted to Better Call Saul and then binge watching all 6 seasons, the real reason this video has taken so long to come out is because of Balatro Mobile. I thought I was addicted to Balatro before, but having access to Balatro 24/7 has been so bad for me. I actually just completed Completionist Plus on my mobile, and I'm not exactly sure if that's a feat to be proud of. Okay, back to the run now. I reroll for the last time on round 89 and finally get the last Joker to complete this run, another blueprint. I pick it up and marvel at this beautiful build. It has taken almost 12 hours to go from 15 Jokers to 16. I then make some more planets around 89, round 90, and round 91, before heading to round 92. I get my extra hands from Burglar, and then I make the first mistake of this run. And the mistake I made wasn't me accidentally only playing a high card. Oh no, I did that on purpose. The mistake I made was underestimating how much money I would make from a high card because of my hanging Chad Joker. And so I accidentally make too much money. I need to end the round early to go to the shop and fix my mistake. I spend a lot of money strategically rerolling to get to this decision point. It takes me a solid 30 seconds trying to figure out what I need to do before I finally pull this off.
Nice.
After that masterpiece, I head back to the grind. With my build fully complete, the rounds start taking just about 30 minutes, which is longer than most normal Balatro runs. It's time again to pay tribute to my negative mime, and as you can see in this 6-hour montage, I'm still making $9 per round. I beat round 104, and now it's time to go into round 105, the round where I break $1 million. I make sure that my Jokers are all in the right order before cruising through the hands. And after almost 20 minutes of playing around 105, I finally catch up with the timer from the beginning of this video, and realize I still have 13 hands to go. I fast forward through the remaining hands, and now I just want to say, if you were one of the 1,236 amazing people who subscribe to this channel, thank you so much. I honestly can't believe that I have 1,000 subscribers, so thank you for the support. It's now time for me to cross the $1 million boundary. Let's go! 1 million buckaroos. Thank you so much for watching. This has been VEIR. See you later.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.
You just won't go away, will you? Okay, fine, I hear you. I'm not gonna throw away this run just because I got $1 million. No, you know what? Just for you, I'll play it all the way out, just to see how much money I make. Are you happy now? What's a few more hours of me suffering when I've already done 24 hours anyways? I beat round 105 and then just barely beat round 106 with a buffer of only 5E. I'm gonna have to really change my strategy and get a joker which will give me some more mult. I head to the shop and then reroll a lot more. I'm looking for one joker in particular. Do you know what it is? After 3 minutes of rerolling, I find it, the idol. Idol works great because I only have 5 of spades in my deck, so it'll always give 2x mult each time a card is triggered. After making all the money like I normally would on round 107, I have idol swap places with the golden ticket. This way, instead of making $4 for each card we trigger, I make 2x mult. I'm gonna be quiet now so you can enjoy the big number dopamine rush. With just idol alone, I would have scored around E68, but with the extra planet cards, I score a massive E291. In each round, as I continue to make more planet cards, that number just keeps on climbing. I beat round 109, 110, and then crossed the $1.1 million mark. I keep going, making it to round 113. I make another 20-ish K before I play the final hand, when something interesting happens. I broke the score counter. It was pretty funny to me when this happened because I've done it before in runs where my goal was to break the score counter, but in this run, it just sort of happened. I continued through to round 115, getting NANE-INF every round, and I decided to stop recording for the night. I usually don't show the cuts between recording sessions because they really aren't that interesting. However, something weird happened when I returned to the run the next day. I didn't notice it in the run yet, but the broken score counter has disappeared. I make my planets with Berkeo, and then my extra hands with Burglar. I notice the score counter is back to normal. I rearrange my jokers and play my first hand before this happens. Balatro crashed? This isn't fancy editing, that was footage of the game actually crashing. I was so confused when it happened, I didn't even know it was possible. So I restarted Balatro and hopped back into the run. I rearranged my jokers and tried to play another hand, but the game kept crashing. This led me down a Reddit rabbit hole trying to fix my crashing game. I stumbled on this post by Q, who recommended editing the game's save file on this site. Apparently, getting NANE-INF can mess up the highest hand scored in the save file. So I set the best hand variable back to 0. I re-uploaded the save file. I hopped back into the run. I rearranged my jokers before anxiously playing my first hand. And this actually fixed it. Thank you, Q. I like to say that all my runs are completely vanilla Balatro. No mods, no nothing, just lots of grind. But technically, I did alter the game's file for this run, so I guess it's no longer vanilla? But the reason was to fix a bug that prevented me from finishing the run in the first place, so I think I can let it slide this time. I beat round 116, breaking the score counter again, before beating round 117 to reach ante 39. If you didn't already know, ante 39 is the true end to Endless. The score to beat on ante 39 is so big that it similarly gets converted to NAN. When playing NAN E-inf versus NAN loses the game. This means that the next round will be my last, so I head to the shop and decide to have some fun. Because I can't beat the next round, my planet cards really aren't useful anymore. I decide to sell them all over the course of 15 minutes to cross the $1.22 million mark. With all this money, I decide it's time to have some fun. I thought, what jokers would pair nicely with a lot of money? I'm going to be hunting for some new jokers in the shop, and to hopefully speed up the process, I sell my duplicated blueprints to pick up random jokers that I can find in the shops. I do this so that the jokers I'm holding don't show up again as I reroll, so I can find the ones I'm looking for faster. After spending over $60 per reroll, I find the first joker I'm looking for. Bull, which gives a casual 2.4 million chips. I pick it up and reroll again before finding bootstraps. I get rid of everything I don't need and pick it up. I now have the ultimate econ build. Bull, bootstraps, credit card, and $1.2 million. Now let's look at some stats for this run. I played 1,908 5 flushes. I got 156 red seal 5 of spades. And after buying Planet Tycoon, every single voucher. I leave the shop and skip to the boss blind, where I decide to reroll for something fun. I head into the boss, and I decide to see just how much I can score with only a high card. And I get 2E12, which is ridiculous. As I play my last few hands, I just want to say again, thank you so much for watching this far. It really means a lot to me. I put 30 hours alone into this run and almost just as much time editing this video. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to show your appreciation, please consider liking this video, dropping a comment, and sharing with your friends. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Doing any or all of these things is the easiest way that you can give back to me. They're completely free, and I genuinely appreciate it. I now have one hand left, and decide to end the run where I started, with $0. This has been VEIR. See you later.
Go.